Hi everyone, I'm Sassy and I'm here with the ladies of XFDA for our very first Ladies Podcast. We are currently shooting at the World's Competition in Amarillo, Texas, and we finished our first day of the invitational shoot. And I've got Pixie Quick with me, Miss Honey Badger, and Bobcat.
Hi.
So Pixie Quick, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm with the DFW Gunslingers out of Mansfield, Texas, and I've been shooting about 9 years now. It's a great, fun sport. I love it.
How did you get your alias?
My alias, I love fairies, so my last name's actually Quick, and just added Pixie in front of it, and that's how it came about, like Pixie Quick. I love it. It's perfect.
Very good. Next up, we have Honey Badger, and she is the ladies' world champion with fastest time, and I'll never get that out right. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm from Colorado, Pagosa Springs, Colorado, and I shoot with the Los Cazadores Pistoleros for XFDA. I started shooting in 2013, so I've been shooting for, I guess it's been 12 years now, so it's been a while, and just been very fortunate to keep working on it, and I have a great time and learning, and like you said, setting some more personal records and times for myself. So.
Very good. And how did you pick Honey Badger as your alias?
Well, my alias actually came from my kids. When I was telling them, because I first just would watch my husband shoot, and I would just enjoy the people, which are, as you guys can all attest, wonderful people to be around. So my kids, I said, well, I'm going to shoot. I need an alias. I'm thinking maybe Colorado Mama, and my girl's like, no, that doesn't work. So they had seen a video about honey badgers, and she called and she said, Mom, I have the perfect alias for you. It's Honey Badger. And she said, because have you ever seen one? They're cute as can be, but they're vicious as all get out. So I said, well, that's a lot to live up to. She said, oh, I have no doubt. You will live up to it. So I kind of have.
I think you have.
So that's how I got it.
And what is the world record that you hold?
Currently with XFDA, it's 3:14.
That's excellent.
Impressive.
Very good. And next we have Miss Bobcat. And Bobcat, tell us again how you got your alias, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Gainesville, Texas, and well, my mom and dad have been trying to get me to shoot for about 13 years, and I just never would. I thought this is just not a thing for me. That's y'all's thing. But finally, about a year ago, I started shooting, and I have been extremely hooked ever since. It has been a blast, just a blast.
Yeah. And tell us again how you got your alias.
Well, early on when I met my husband, we kidded around, and I was telling him, if we ever have a child, his name is Bobby, and my name is Kathleen. And I said, we'll name our first child Bobcat. And so that's where that came from.
That's cute. I love that. Yeah.
I'm always curious how everybody gets their alias. I don't know about y'all, but I love that.
Yeah.
And then, as most of us know, this is our very first year to pull the ladies out and have a separate shoot-off for the ladies. And I know the three of us are in the top 7. We shoot off on Sunday. And Bobcat, her first year shooting, missed it by 1 place. So, and for shooting a year, I think you've done an excellent job. So tell us a little bit, we'll start with Pixie. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about the new setup and how you feel about pulling. We're still shooting with the men, but how do you feel about still shooting with the men, and how you feel about the way we're doing ladies now?
I think it's pretty challenging. I like it a lot because the men push us, or me, in my opinion.
Yes, me too.
I think the way it was organized, it's perfect. I love it. I like shooting with the men, and then when we break off and shoot with the women, it's empowering. We push each other as well, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Honey Badger?
I'm a lot with Pixie there. At first, when we first talked about doing this, last year I guess it was, my first concern was, but I like shooting with the men, because for me at the caliber that I shoot now, I need that extra push to help me get better, but I love shooting with the women too, so it's nice the way we structured it to where I can still shoot with the men, like all of us, and honestly, and I think you guys can all attest, I've seen massive improvement for not just the men, but the women as well, and so, and then breaking out and shooting as we do, it for one, it builds a camaraderie, I think, with each of us too, which I really love. but it helps each of us in a different way, push each other differently.
Yes.
So I've been enjoying it, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's been good.
And Bobcat, I know this is your first year shooting, so didn't do it the other way, but how do you feel about shooting with the men, and what kept you coming back to XFDA? Because we love having you here.
Well, honestly, this sport could be a little intimidating for some people just watching it. But, you know, as I started watching and paying attention to different shooters, just these world record holders, you know, they even have bad days.
Oh, yes.
And so it made me feel like, you know what? If they have a bad day, I can at least try this, you know, just try. And so, you know, ever since then, it's just been get better and better and better with practice, you know, and I love this. I love it.
And I have to keep bragging on Bobcat because this is your first year, less than a year, and what has been your fastest time?
Well, actually, it's not been in a competition, but it was at practice, and I got a 395.
Nice.
And so, and I haven't gotten one since, so.
They will come.
Yes. And I think that's my favorite thing about XFDA is you push yourself, you shoot against yourself first and foremost against your KPI, and then your opponent. So, you know, you really push yourself. And I love seeing people with their new fastest times. You're like, oh, I didn't know I could hit that time.
Right.
Like you said, it can be intimidating, but when you sit back and watch everybody else you see, the faster shooters have a bad day too.
They do.
So,
They do.
you know, it's anybody's game any day is one of the catchphrases we always say.
That's right.
Absolutely,
That's right.
absolutely. Plus, the one thing, and you guys probably noticed, from the men and the women, at least in my experience, everybody has been so encouraging, and they want to see you get better. They love it when you get your personal best time, and you know, that's what it's about. I mean, we're competing with each other, but like I tell people when they feel a little nervous, it's not cutthroat competition.
Not at all.
It's
Not
like
at all.
it's you and your target. But I said, but when you beat me, I'm just as happy for you and what you've done and what you've accomplished as you get for me.
Yes.
And that's so important because you know, that's the relationship building. I believe that's a key to any organization to really keep it flourishing and growing, because if it becomes such a I've got to win, you're really missing out on so much more the sport has to offer.
That's right.
There's so much more.
And if it's not fun,
Yes,
if it's not
that's right.
fun, nobody wants to do it anyway.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I come for the fashion.
Yes, you do. You're always dressed and pressed.
She's always beautiful.
All of y'all are looking beautiful all the
You
time.
always look adorable. And you too. Everybody does.
Exactly.
She does.
So, where do you see the ladies division going over the next year? You know, I feel like the
You think
ladies
we'll make it
division is
to-
growing.
You think we'll make it to the Olympics?
That would be neat. Somebody submit that. We could have this as an Olympic
Now that
event.
might be a little bit more stress than I want to deal with. That'd be nice. Cool.
Well, I see it growing. I mean, we already have, just from where, you know, I started shooting with I guess XFDA, was it been 4 time gets away
Yes.
from me, but maybe 4 years now, 3-4 years. But and at that time there wasn't really that many women.
Right.
So watching it grow, like you coming along, and like I said, watching the women get excited, because I know when I first started shooting fast draw, there wasn't very many women who could shoot what we call the 3 shots, which are, you know, where most of it was men shooting. Well, then I started getting in there, and which is great, watching Pixie work to get there. But now there's so much more, and you watch people get excited, and for the women to realize, I can do this. I can do this, because for whatever reason it seemed like maybe a little bit like I don't know if I can do that. None of the women. So it's been nice to watch that grow and see them go, wow, wait a minute. And like now I get excited when we compete with the men. Anytime you finish well, and if I finish anywhere in the top 10 with everybody, I really feel accomplished, because that's tough.
Yes.
It's really tough. But more and more women are doing that now.
Yes, they are. Yes,
So,
they are.
yeah. I say we're rocking the power going on.
I agree.
There you go.
And I think eventually we're going to be half ladies and half men, because we almost were in Colorado last month.
Yes.
And just in the invitational, we have 16 women and 34 men. We have more women shooting on Sunday with teams, and the top 7, they were saving themselves and not shooting in the invitational. But, you know, I think we're going to get half and half. There'll be half men and half women, and we're going to mix and push each other in the main shoot, and then separate out for the top shoot-off. So I'm excited to see us grow.
Absolutely.
I think I was looking back over 2020, in like the first Texas state, and we used to do the ladies pictures. I think there were 6 ladies.
You're right.
yeah,
You're
you're
right.
right.
Yes, I think there were 6
Wow.
ladies in that picture.
It's impressive how much we're growing.
Yes.
I love
Every
it.
day. Every day.
It is. It's very exciting.
What do you think we can do as ladies of XFDA to encourage more ladies to join us?
Well, I think just like we're doing now, I mean, at least for myself, I hope that I exhibit this. I try. I mean, there's times maybe not, but I try to like show them, like you were saying, how you have good days and bad days. And one of the biggest compliments I ever got from somebody with shooting was, I like to watch you shoot because I never know if you're having a good day or a bad day. Because you're still the same on that line. You're still you're smiling, you're having fun. And I think things like that, I think our attitude that we show on the line, what we show back here and encourage, that's going to draw people in. Because, I mean, and most people want to be around that positive environment.
Yes.
And those are the things that are going to carry. Like, I don't know if I was telling you or I was telling somebody, I then I told Pixie, very often we could get very caught up in, I want to win this, or I'm going to win this buckle. But I said, very often, unless somebody knows you very well, they're not going to remember who won Colorado State last year, who won Texas State. But what they walk away from and what they remember is that Honey Badger or Sassy, man, they really made me feel special when I was there. And that's what they remember. They don't remember who won, but they're going to remember how they were made to feel. If they, and things like that, I think we can be mindful, and I know we try to do that too together.
Exactly.
And I think it makes people want to be around you.
100%.
My mother was telling me, I said, I think I'm going to be shooting against Honey Badger too. And I'm kind of nervous about it. She was like, oh, she is the sweetest thing. And she told me when I was shooting against her, don't worry, I'm really fast, but I miss a lot. And so that encouraged me too, because I was like, oh, so everybody's down to earth,
Yes. It's anybody's game at any given time.
Anybody's game.
That's right.
You never know what's going to happen on that line. You never know.
That's right. That's right.
What else does anybody have to add?
I was just going to say that, a lot of it is skill, but some of it's just luck, Some of it is
agree.
luck.
I agree.
Well, as Possum says, one of our shooters, he goes, the computer didn't like me today.
I'm going to remember that one.
Sometimes that draw, like you said, how the computer draws out who you're competing against.
Oh, yeah.
When you get sometimes some of the really fast ladies or the guys, and they're on the mark, you're like, I just got to get it to the plate and make them have to hit it.
The luck of the draw this week has been tough for me, but you know what? We're having a good time.
Yes, we are.
We're improving our skill, and we're just encompassing and loving on everybody that's here, and that's what it's all about.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Exactly
Before we go, we do want to talk about our XFDA mercantile, and we've got some great swag here. You can go on to xfdapro.com and shop. Yes,
I love that.
I do too.
And the colors of the cups, I love it.
Love. We've got all kinds of merchandise on xfdapro.com under the mercantile store.
Shirts, cups,
Yes.
everything.
And you can also watch us on YouTube and live. We're streaming the shoot, the rest of it tomorrow for invitationals, and then Sunday we have the top 2 teams shooting off. The ladies' top 7 for the year, and the men's top 15 will be Sunday. So tune in and watch that, and we'll have podcasts coming up throughout the weekend as well.
This is going to be a nail biter.
Yes, it is. It's like
going to be exciting.
some tough competition.
Yes.
But we all love each other, so that's what makes it worth it.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, ladies.